Number 4. Determine whether the following data sets are best described as nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio. If the data are interval or ratio, also describe it as discrete or continuous. A. The radius of ball bearings manufactured by a company. So ball bearings might be measured somehow as 5 millimeters, 15 millimeters, 10 millimeters, maybe even like half an inch, something of that nature. But these are always going to be measured somehow. So that's definitely going to make it either interval or ratio. To decide between those two, if it's interval, it's got to be the year in AD or temperature described in Fahrenheit or Celsius. It's neither one of those. It's going to be ratio. Now, even because it's ratio or interval, we also need to describe it as discrete or continuous. So if it were discrete, it would be something that is countable. And even though we might round the radius off to the nearest millimeter, 5 millimeter, 6 millimeter, and so forth, you could absolutely have a radius in between those two. So it's not always going to be integer based. So this is going to be continuous as well. Part B, the amount of candy a child receives at Halloween. So each time a child goes up to a neighbor's door, they get a piece of candy, maybe 2 pieces of candy, whatever. They're going to get integer values of pieces of candy. So this is going to be ratio, and it's going to be discrete, because it's always going to be an integer value of the number of pieces of candy. Part C, the names of constellations. The names of constellations, these are going to be nominal, because when you have the names of constellations, you're just looking at different regions of the sky that people have decided these stars look like this object. Keep in mind, we're not talking about the ones that are like Leo, Sagittarius, those sorts of like birth month constellations. We're talking about any constellation. If it was the birth month constellation, it could be described as ordinal, but this one's going to be nominal. And D, the months of the year. The months of the year, those label what part of time of the year it is, but there's definitely a natural sense of order. Going from January up to December, that's going to be an ordinal set of data.